Now, in this episode of Meet the Property Guy, I'll be talking about a very, very controversial topic for some few people that have invested or bought a property here in Nigeria or in Lagos. Likely, if you have more than like 2-3 properties, you might have experienced this before. Should you sell your property during an emergency? Life is very unpredictable. There are so many unexpected events. Anything can happen at any time. So there can always be situations where you need emergency funds. Either is health issues, is business issues, is family issues, and you just need funds so fast, unexpectedly. And you look at it, you look at your portfolio, feel like I have 2, 3, 4, 5 properties. Okay, let me just dispose these and then raise funds to at least sort this financial problem. And and how this experience can be. But I'll be sharing some of the tips and some guides here in this episode of Meet the Property Guy, if you should or shouldn't sell your property during a financial emergency. In case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, this is Meet the Property Guy Property channel, and this is where we discuss everything real estate that you want to buy, invest, or sell a property. We share tips, guides, and advice on what to buy, where to buy. We don't just tell you to buy real estate. We share guides, we give you reasons, we tell you how to invest in real estate to make money and how not to invest in real estate so that you are not going to lose your money. So after watching this particular guide, you can also go to our previous videos, previous episodes. There are just so many topics that we have covered already on real estate investments, real estate titles, real estate documents, real estate trends here in Lagos, and you are definitely going to learn a lot. So let's go into the topic. Should you sell your property? Should you sell your real estate investments during a financial emergency? Now, as a property consultant, as an experienced property consultant who have done several real estate transactions, real estate deals, both land and houses. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I would never advise any investor to sell a real estate investment or a property during an emergency, particularly here in Nigeria, particularly here in Lagos, because we run an open market here, which means that people can sell their products, including a property, at any price. And also, people can buy a product also at any price. When it comes to prices, there is no regulations. Now, the moment you are trying to sell a property or sell real estate as an emergency, you are likely going to be attracting a lot of unserious investors or buyers at that period, and most of the amounts that are going to be offering you at that period will likely be amount that is going to frustrate you. That's just the truth. This is what we do daily, this is what we do weekly. So that's why I would never advise any investor to sell their real estate investment during an emergency. And most importantly, don't panic sell. Don't sell during the panic. Like maybe you bought a property and 3-4 years later, you're already looking at comparing the location that you bought with some other locations that have already boomed, and you're feeling like this property is lagging behind. You know, you bought 4 million, and then after 3 years, that location have only got to like maybe 5.5 or 5 million. And you're already seeing locations where property is 4 million, and in 6 months it went to like maybe 7 million. Don't compare locations. Every location is going to boom. Every real estate investment is going to boom. The question is, will you still have that real estate investment in your portfolio when that location booms? A lot of people will always sell fast. They buy a property and then 1 year, 2 years later, they're already selling. Now, the power of real estate is in holding. That's the truth. If you can't hold real estate, don't invest in real estate. The people that are going to make the bulk money, the bulk profits, the bulk returns from every real estate locations are the people that hold it for longer period. You don't sell when others are selling. Actually, I think that's an even simple rule in every investment. You don't sell your investment when others are selling. You have to hold when others are selling. Particularly in real estate, the more scarce a property is, the higher the return on investment. So you bought the property for 3 million, then the location moved gradually to like 5 million, 6 million, and a lot of people started selling. You don't sell, you hold. You can hold for another maybe 2 years, when most of the people that bought with you, they have already sold theirs, which means that there will be less available plots, there will be less available units in that location. So definitely after that 2 years where they are less available, your property at that period of time might likely be hitting 9 to 10 million naira in value. That's the power of holding. Now, what if there is an emergency, there's a financial emergency, and now you need cash, you need funds, and one of the ways that you feel you can raise those funds is to go to your real estate investment and sell. Now, real estate investment is not for sharp money. I've repeated this severally in my previous videos that a real estate investment is a solid asset, and that's why some people find it a lot discouraging to invest in real estate, because it's not just an investment where you can just dip your hand anytime and then turn into cash. It takes time before you can convert your real estate investment from a solid asset to a liquid asset, and that's why you should never sell as an emergency, because you are likely going to be selling on distress, or selling as a panic seller, or lastly you are going to be attracting a lot of people that are going to be offering you below the actual market value of that location, and you are going to get frustrated, disappointment, even can even get exhausted. So before you add some mental challenges or mental problems to the current financial problems that you have, don't try to sell your property during that emergency. That property will still give you a lot more of money. And now this is what the rich people do. The Otedolas, the Dangotes, the Adelekes, they all have very prime real estate. When Davido bought the house in Banana Island, then the people were looking at it like buying a house at that high. I think he bought it below $1 million then. He bought it around maybe 700 or something. I don't know the actual value, but he bought it below $1 million. Now these rich people, they buy these prime properties, these prime locations for investments. They just buy, collect the papers. They can even lock up the house. What they do with these properties is they use these papers to collect loans, to get financing. Almost 60% of all the properties in the prime locations in Lagos, talk about Ikoyi, talk about Ikeja, talk about Lekki Phase 1, talk about Victoria Island, 60% of them already, you can't see their original documents, because the original document is in the bank. That's the truth. They already use these properties to collect hundreds of millions of loans at the bank. The papers are there, and that's why it's a very common scenario for you to see this AMCON taking possession thing in Lagos, particularly in very prime properties. See properties worth around like 300 to 350 million, and you see it there, AMCON taking possession, because these people have used the papers of this property to collect loans. You need to look at how you can get financing. It doesn't have to be from the bank. You just need to look at how you can get financing from this property to sort whatever financial issues that you have. And as long as your property is in a very nice location, if you have genuine title on that property, and that location is also a potential location, you are going to get a very good capital or financing on that property. Because if the property is currently worth around like 6 million, you just need to look at a fund that is below that. You can walk up to any financial institution or financial mortgages and submit your document that, okay, you need 4 million or you need 3.5 million. You shouldn't be asking for the actual value of that property if you want them to process that loan or give you that financing very fast. So you can take maybe 50, 60 or 60%, 70% value of that property and submit the document there. You sort your financial whatever. Once you are balanced, you pay the loan and get your paper back. So this time around, you get yourself out of the financial mess that you are, and at the same time, you still have access to the property that you invested in. So that's just how you need to think about it. That's just the best way out. When your toddler went almost into backups with a lot of issues with his oil rig and oil investments, what he did was he turned into his real estate investments and then used it to get capital. That was it. He used it to get capital, get himself out of the bankruptcy, and now he's balanced back. So this is what a lot of the rich people do. All the properties that they have, they perfect the documents. Once there is need for emergency, they're not talking to their realtor or their agent or their broker. They are talking to their financial advisor on how fast they can get capital or they can get funds based on that property document. So that's why I won't advise you sell property or you sell your real estate investment during an emergency, because as I said before, the power of real estate is in holding, and if you really want to make very good return, very high return on investment, particularly when you want to sell your property, is you must be willing to not sell in a rush. Without, just as offers are coming in, just tell them this is the amount. If you can't meet it, leave it. I'm not selling in a rush. Like, that property is not even doing me anything as it is there. I can leave it there for like the next 10 years, the next 5 years. You realize that you'll be attracting people that will be begging you. Yeah, they'll be begging you that okay, let's just do this amount. Please just collect this amount. But the moment that notice that you want to sell in a rush, you need these funds, the kind of offers that you are going to be attracting will always be below par. So that's it. That's my advice. If you should sell your property, if you sell your real estate investments during a financial emergency. Now, if you agree with my point or you disagree, which is very open, I don't have to be right or perfect. So I'll be very willing to hear your perspective, to hear your opinion. If it makes sense, does it make sense? Have you been in that situation before where you have these real estate investments, property investments, and then you had financial issues, you need funds, and the experience they had converting that real estate to cash? How fantastic is it? How disappointing is it? I also like you to share your experience with us and your perspective with us in regards to this topic. So, I see me number one property on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Thanks again for watching this video, and don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, we have so much fantastic topics coming up that you don't want to miss. Trust me, there's just so much fantastic topics that are coming up, and you don't want to miss any of them. So kindly subscribe, be a part of the channel, and if you have learned a lot from this video, can you give us a thumb like? It goes a lot to appreciate the time and the effort that we also put in behind the scene to get these guides out there for you to learn from. So give us a thumb like, and thanks again for being part of the family. See you next time.